Once upon a time in the quaint little town of Willowville, nestled in the valley between the whispering willows and the towering mountains, there was a spirited young woman named Victoria. This place, steeped in rustic charm, had its own rhythm of life, and every soul who lived here was a unique tale in itself. Among them, however, Victoria stood out like a beacon of resilience and liveliness. She was a radiant young woman, aged 27, with a heart full of dreams and a spirit undeterred by the mundanity of her day-to-day life. Her occupation was simple. She was a janitor at the local supermarket, a place alive with the bustle of daily shoppers, stocked with everything from fresh vegetables to the latest magazines, a microcosm of the town's life. But it was Victoria's presence that breathed life into this otherwise ordinary place. Her carefree nature and undeniable charisma made her a beloved figure among her peers. She wore her heart on her sleeve, always ready to lend a helping hand or share a kind word. Her laughter rang through the aisles, her energy infected all who crossed her path. Even on the dreariest days, she radiated positivity, a sunflower in the midst of a storm. Behind her bright smile, however, was a story of strength and grit, for Victoria was not just any young woman, she was the heartbeat of Willowville, a testament to the spirit of a small town. In this modest town, she was a sunbeam, bursting through the clouds. Aged 27, she lived a simple life as a janitor in the local supermarket, her carefree nature making her a beloved figure among her peers. Romance, for the longest time, wasn't the top priority for our protagonist Victoria. She was focused on her career, her interests, personal growth, and her independence. The concept of needing a man to complete her life always seemed a bit antiquated and unnecessary. She was perfectly content living life on her terms, by her rules, undeterred by societal norms. However, this equilibrium was disrupted when one ordinary day, her friend Katya, an annoying yet well-meaning character in her life, decided to offer some unsolicited advice. "Victoria," Katya had said, her words slicing through the air with a certain finality, "you need a man in your life. No one will ever give you a second glance." Katya's words were born from a place of concern, not malice, but they were harsh and unequivocal nonetheless. They hung in the air, heavy and almost tangible, a bitter pill for Victoria to swallow. These words, though spoken without malice and filled with misguided concern, struck a chord within Victoria. A deep, resonating chord that kept echoing within her long after Katya's voice had ceased. It was a wake-up call of sorts, a challenge that demanded her response. And this unexpected comment caused a stir in Victoria's otherwise composed life. It unsettled her, provoked her, and forced her to reassess her priorities. Victoria, who always prided herself on her independence and self-worth, now found herself questioning her choices. She felt a strange mix of anger, disbelief and doubt, emotions she rarely encountered. But these feelings gave birth to a new determination, a resolution that she decided to uphold. Hurt but defiant, she decided to take this as a challenge. She would prove Katya wrong, not for Katya's satisfaction, but for her own. She made a promise to herself, a pledge to test her own capabilities and defy the stereotypes that Katya had unfairly imposed on her. She made a resolution to prove Katya wrong by finding herself a billionaire boyfriend before the new year. In doing so, Victoria wasn't just seeking love or companionship, but rather reclaiming her self-worth from a society that often tried to define her worth by her relationship status. After all, Victoria was much more than just a woman in need of a man. She was a force to be reckoned with, a woman capable of making her own destiny, on her own terms. Our resolute and committed heroine Victoria stopped to think, and after a moment of intense introspection, she decided to take a bold step towards her quest for love. She decided to embark on an unconventional journey to advertise her search, her longing for a companion, for a soulmate. In a world where love is often stumbled upon, she wanted to pave a path directly towards it. She had a plan, a detailed, strategic plan, involving the town's everyday life, the bus stops. Armed with creativity and brimming with hope, she crafted a series of posters with catchy and thoughtful phrases, each line crafted with utmost care, each word chosen to evoke emotions. The posters were a masterpiece in their own right, colorful and eye-catching, like her vibrant spirit. Her message was simple yet profound. Looking for love? Be captivated by Victoria, the janitor with a heart of gold. Victoria was a janitor, a woman of humble beginnings with dreams that soared higher than the tallest skyscraper. She was not just looking for any love. She was seeking a love as grand as a fairy tale, a love that was pure and deep. Her heart yearned for a billionaire, a Prince Charming who would sweep her off her feet. The posters didn't just advertise her quest, they also depicted her vivid personality, bold, audacious, and ever hopeful. Each poster was plastered across the town's bus stops, turning each mundane structure into a beacon of love. The sight was captivating, influencing people's daily commute and forcing them to pause and reflect on their own notions of love. Her audacious move initiated an array of reactions among the townsfolk. The humdrum of their daily life was broken by Victoria's posters, stirring up chatter, whispers, and even laughter. Their curiosity was piqued, ignited like never before. Victoria's unusual and brave search for love became the talk of the town, encouraging many to rethink their own quests for connection, for companionship, for love. Weeks passed as Victoria continued her supermarket duties, checking her newly minted dating profile now and then. Her everyday life was a routine of sorting fruits, shelving canned goods, and scanning barcodes, but she found solace in the monotony. It was during these mundane hours that she would take a sneak peek at her phone hidden behind the cash register, hoping to see a new message on her dating profile. This wasn't just a dating profile, it was her brave leap into a world she had shied away from for too long. Victoria was a woman of substance, strength, and beauty. She had always been the type to challenge norms and societal expectations. She wanted to find love, not for the sake of companionship, but to share her life with someone who appreciated her for who she truly was. She desired a partner who could match her wit for wit and share her zest for life. So, she created a dating profile, putting herself out there in the vast world of digital matchmaking, hoping to find her match. She was not just looking for any man. She desired someone unique, someone successful but down to earth, someone who would value her not just for her looks, but for her intelligence, her boldness, her courage. She yearned for a connection that went deeper than surface-level attraction. One day, her phone buzzed, breaking the rhythm of her daily chores. A message popped up. It was from Alex, a self-made billionaire who was intrigued by Victoria's bold pursuit of love. Her radiant personality and beauty, coupled with her willingness to challenge societal norms, had caught his attention. Alex was drawn to her resilience in her quest for love, and not just any love, but a love that defied the ordinary. A love that was extraordinary, just like Victoria herself. Unable to resist, Alex decided to meet Victoria. He had been intrigued by her strong personality ever since their paths crossed at a business conference. He had observed her from afar, admiring her dynamism and strength, which he had rarely seen in anyone else. On a crisp winter evening, he finally mustered the courage to ask her out. Over a casual dinner at a quaint, rustic cafe tucked away in the heart of the city, they finally got a chance to explore each other's worlds. The cafe was a warm retreat from the chilly exterior, with soft lighting that added a glow to their faces, and jazz softly playing in the background, lending a touch of romance to the air. They dived into a conversation, starting from their shared love for indie music to their obsession with sustainability in business practices. As they conversed, they discovered common interests, shared passions, and found surprising similarities in their life philosophies. Victoria was captivated by Alex's genuine interest in her as a person. His questions were not just about the business strategies or the financial acumen that she is known for, but also about her hobbies, her aspirations, her fears and dreams. His thoughtfulness, reflected in the way he listened, truly listened to her, asking thoughtful follow-ups, making her feel heard and valued. This was a refreshing change from her everyday interactions where she was mostly seen as just a financial partner. Slowly, she found herself being drawn to him, his sincerity, his candidness, his charm, making an impression on her heart. Alex's genuine interest in her as a person, and not just a financial partner, was what won her over. Their relationship flourished over time, built on shared values, trust, and a genuine connection. Despite their contrasting backgrounds, they found commonality in their dreams and aspirations. Alex admired Victoria's courage in standing up to societal norms, and her perseverance to prove Katya wrong. When New Year's Eve arrived, Victoria and Alex celebrated the dawn of a new year, and the beautiful bond they had formed. As they stood amidst the crowd, Victoria realized her quest to find a billionaire boyfriend had morphed into a beautiful love story. Victoria's journey had taught her a valuable lesson. Love is not defined by wealth or social standing. It's the deep connection between two souls, the understanding, the support, the shared dreams. With Alex by her side, Victoria looked forward to the future with newfound confidence, knowing that true love can find anyone, even a girl who once cleaned supermarket floors. And that happiness is not dependent on wealth, but on the love and acceptance we have for ourselves and for others.